A woman quietly shoplifts in a supermarket. Taking advantage of a moment when no one is watching, she slips a packaged steak into her handbag. The scene is noticed by a middle-aged man nearby. Instead of stopping her right away, he calmly watches her movements, even taking note of her deliberately concealed yet striking figure. After a brief moment of consideration, a twisted idea forms in his mind. He decides to carry out what he considers a punishment in his own way. Just as he is about to act, Xiaojun walks into the supermarket with her brother. Their sudden arrival unexpectedly interrupts the man's impending despicable act. And then, everything freezes in an instant. It turns out that the world has completely come to a standstill. The Shuri family has been targeted by a cult organization because they possess a mysterious stone that can control time. They keep fleeing through the frozen world, yet can never truly escape their pursuers. When there is no way forward left, Shuri finally makes up his mind. He stops running and chooses to fight back. Shuri throws the stone at his enemies, and in the brief moment they are stunned, he activates his ability. With a single strike, he completely shatters his opponent's consciousness. Another accomplice tries to flee, but still cannot escape Shuri's sight. In the blink of an eye, both pursuers are taken down. Seeing his companions fall one after another, the last man's mental defenses collapse entirely. Shuri gives him no chance at all, and swiftly brings the fight to an end. However, at this moment, the most important thing is to find Xiaojun and her brother, who were abducted. The two return to the abandoned building, only to find it completely deserted. Bandages lie neatly scattered on the chairs, as if someone had untied them on their own. Based on the dead cult members, the grandfather deduces that the souls that lost their hosts have already transferred into Xiaojun and her brother. Meanwhile, the cult erupts into internal conflict after the failed operation. Amid the turmoil, the unstable man dies on the spot, and the administrator, having exhausted his final energy, collapses soon after. Inside the administrator's body, the female cultist discovers a man dressed in ancient clothing. Although she had prepared herself mentally, facing the truth head-on is still difficult for her to accept. She then explains that so-called administrators are actually all humans who once entered the Finger Realm. Because their willpower was not strong enough, their souls were eroded from within, until they completely lost themselves, and became true natives of the Finger Realm. Such beings are known as Kaminosado Nin. The reason the female cultist knows all this comes from her own childhood experience. Many years ago, when her family's old house was being demolished, they accidentally discovered an attached stone. That day, Shuri's grandfather took her into the Finger Realm. The stone was activated, and the soul descended. Her father collapsed in the frozen world, his consciousness completely overtaken. No matter how desperately her mother called out, she could not bring him back. In the end, her father became one of the Kaminosado Nin. Her mother, unable to bear the reality, was also taken over, and disappeared in despair. After witnessing everything, her younger brother suffered a mental breakdown, and soon lost himself as well. From that moment on, the entire family was utterly destroyed. Just as the female cultist was about to meet the same fate, she encountered Shuren, who had entered the frozen world, because he could not bear to witness his beloved dog's death. Emotionally out of control, Shuren instinctively activated his ability. When he saw that she could still move, that single strike sent her back to reality, and accidentally saved her life. After learning that the female cultist hoped to use Shuri's power to save her parents who had already been eroded, Ipatsa chose to